I decided to go into homeopathy because I wanted to help the people as medically. Anyway, I had put my 5 years in studies, 5.5 years in studies, and 3 years in my career over there by developing my career there as a homeopath. I have to put my whole career aside and have to start with something else. Homeopath is a natural alternative medicine where the medicines are made my main aim is to advise right thing to the patient. What is right for them. Definitely I say that allopathic medicines are lifesavers.
Hello, Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, Adab. Friends, I'm Sharon Ali and you're watching Haniwalia Shows. In today's episode of Through the Eyes of a Woman, we are going to be talking about something completely different. We have with us today Dr. Payal. She is a homeopathic doctor. She'll be explaining to us what homeopathy is all about and the benefits of this type of natural medicine. Dr. Payal, thank you so much for being on our show. So before we get into the natural medicine part of homeopathy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what made you choose homeopathy as your calling?
Yeah, definitely I can. It was basically after doing my 12th science in India. I did my homeopathy from India, Gujarat, Baroda.
Okay.
And it is a 5.5 year of a course after your high school.
Okay.
So university is for the 5.5 years old. I decided to go into homeopathy because I wanted to help the people as medically as I can. So I decided to go with the homeopathy for mainly that reason. And basically when I took the admission, I didn't know basically what is going on there. But then I slowly learned and I got to know what is homeopathy. It is a natural cure. It's a natural medicine. There are no chemicals in the medicine. So then it got my interest into that.
Okay.
And so I started doing homeopathy and I finished my university in 2002.
Okay.
And after that, I started practicing in homeopathy.
Okay, so you started back home.
Yes.
And then you brought it over with you here.
Yes, I did.
And was there any struggles bringing that type of natural medicine here, or was it something that was common here when you came to Canada, or did you find that it was?
Basically from India, when I was in India and we were planning to move to Canada, I knew that I don't have any scope over there.
Oh, okay.
Not much of a scope as a homeopath. I don't have any career over there as a homeopath. So it was a little bit of a struggle from the start for me that, okay, well, I don't know what I will do over there. And anyway, I had put my 5 years in studies, 5.5 years in studies and 3 years in my career over there by developing my career there as a homeopath. And then suddenly we decided to move here. So when I came to Canada, I was pregnant, 6 months pregnant.
Okay.
So after coming over here, I delivered the baby. So for first 3 years or 4 years, I couldn't do anything.
Right.
And when I was when I landed in Toronto, okay, there was some homeopath there working. So I knew that, okay, there are some scope here and I can work on that. But later on, we decided to move to Alberta.
Okay.
So when I came to Edmonton, actually, when I went out and I went to different government offices to find out what I should do if I want to continue as a homeopath.
Right.
They didn't know anything. So
they didn't know anything?
No. So they told me that you can change your career. You can be in a nursing or you can go to some paramedical lines. You can be the lab technician or something like that.
So something else, another medical field, basically.
So I have to put my whole career aside and have to start with something else. Well, I was not very ready with that thing that, okay, because I put my fees, university fees, when I became a homeopath, I gave my whole 3 years to the career, and after that I was not ready to change it.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely I started searching something like homeopathy I can find here. And I do found somebody who was doing homeopathy here in 2010-11.
Okay.
And I request him that, okay, I'll work as a volunteer with you. Just let me work with you because I want to be in touch with my homeopathy. So I worked for him for 3 to 4 years. And then after that, my husband told me that you can do this on your own now.
Oh, that's great.
So you should do, and you should start for that.
Great, great.
So definitely I had a little bit of a struggle because I thought that, okay, now I have to change my career. I can't be as a homeopath. And you know, homeopath is a doctor back home in India. So I have certainly enjoyed the status of a doctor over there.
Right, right.
So it was not easy for me to change the career and go to do something else.
Right,
so,
right.
But yes, my family, my husband supported me that, okay, you can do this on your own too. And I started working in this career on my own. And it took me 4 years to settle down in the career.
Right, right.
But I patiently waited that, yes, definitely I will do
Well, it's great that you were persistent and you didn't let go, even though you were told that, okay, try something else, right? You stuck to that. So that's great. Good for you. Good for you. So what does a homeopathic doctor do? Tell our viewers.
Homeopath is a natural alternative medicine where the medicines are made with the plants, vegetables, food products, minerals, some animal products also. But they are in a so minute form that they don't produce any side effects in your body. They just give you certain results. Slowly and steadily they give you the result. You have to be patient with homeopathic medicine, and it makes change, but it's totally safe. That it doesn't have basically any side effects if you take that under the guidance of doctor. Self-medication is always very bad. Right. So I don't prefer doing that, or people go for the self-medication because homeopathy medicine doesn't have side effects. People say that, but when you do self-medication, sometimes you'll end up into the problem after that.
I see. Yeah. So what kind does this come in? And you said it's plant-based, and so does this come in a pill form, or how do you?
They come in both forms. Like pill forms also there, and liquid form is also there. Tincture forms are also there. So it's easier when the children come for the homeopathy, we go more for the pills form, because tincture form they don't like the taste or something, but the pills are always really very small and sweet in taste, so they enjoy taking that. So
you consume this, the pills, and the liquid you consume as well, or do you?
Yes.
Okay, so both. Okay. All right.
Definitely.
And how long does it take to know if a homeopathic remedy is working?
Definitely. Well, nowadays here when I start working, because in Alberta or in Canada, we see that people want the result very fast.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They cannot keep on waiting for the
patience.
Patience is not there. So definitely it starts giving you result in 30 or 40% result in first 15-20 days, 1 month.
Okay.
But if you want to be a complete cure, then it's definitely going to take 1.5 years or 2 years. So that's the thing, that you get relief faster, but for the complete cure, it takes a longer period of time.
So when you say complete cure, it'll take about 1 year to 2 years roughly. So does this mean that whatever problem they have is cured completely, or do they have to come back, do you find, or is it like, how is it different from like a regular medicine that was prescribed to you? Well,
regular medicine also you have to take everyday diabetes medicine, everyday blood pressure, then only you are fine. If you stop it, then you are in trouble. So in homeopathy, definitely I had seen that some kind of complaints that like sinuses are there, or arthritis, sciatica is there, joint pains is there, kidney stones are there, frequent urinary tract infections are there. People come to us and then they get the result. Like first 1 or 2 months, they start getting the result. But after like sciatica, patient has to take a treatment for continuously for 3 to 6 months. After that, the attacks of sciatica starts becoming less. After 1.5 years, you don't get sciatica pain. But if you go into some wrong position, which puts pressure on your back or on your sciatic nerve, then you get the pain again, and that's an acute condition, and that can be cured by the homeopathic medicine. You take that, and after 2-3 months, you are fine. Again, you are fine for. So it's just that because every medicine or every cure, you need to make a lifestyle change. Without that, you don't see any improvement later on. Because if I am curing something, or if you are suffering from something, that means there was something wrong in your lifestyle maybe, and that's why you are suffering today. So definitely that when I treat the patient and they get cured, but if they don't change their lifestyle, they come back. That's the main idea.
So do you give them, I guess, if I can call it medicine, natural medicine, do you give them and then they come back and see you like every week, or how often do they come back and see you?
No, usually it is once a month or twice a month that I like to see my patient, because medicine anyway takes time to work. So that's why I need to give that much of a time to see that, okay, my medicine is working or I need to change. So that is very important.
Right, exactly. Okay. So you roughly give it about a month or 2 months to see if it's actually helping the patient.
Yeah, usually I tell people that there are certain conditions which they come with, which are basically very chronic, and sometimes they have taken a lot of medications before coming to the homeopathy. Then I have to see for 3 months that, okay, if I get any result, then only I will advise you to continue with the treatment.
Makes sense. Yeah.
But if I find that, okay, no, this is not going to work, I say to the people that, okay, this is not going to work and you should try something else.
Okay.
Sometimes in the first, when they come first time to me, sometimes I say at that time only, okay, this is a limitation, I cannot work on that thing.
Okay. Yeah. So whatever you've tried on the patient, if it doesn't work, do you have alternatives, or is it just...
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you don't send them to and say, like, this doesn't work, you might want to try regular medicine. So you always have like an
options are also there, but you always have a limitations also.
Yeah.
So you have to accept that limitations, and my main aim is to advise right thing to the patient, what is right for them, because homeopathy is not covered by Alberta Healthcare, so they are spending from their pockets.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes. Okay. So that also I have to keep in mind that, okay, they are spending from the pockets. I have to make sure that they don't land up into the wasting their money. So that's always concerns me. That's always a thought in my mind that they are putting their money into this, and then I have to be careful with that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a big thing, right? They put that trust in you to pay from their own pockets. And
yes. And that's the still struggle in Alberta, because insurance company are also not covering much of homeopathic treatments. So patients have to pay by their pockets, and they get the result, and that's why they have to pay. They come to me and they have to buy the medicine because they are getting the result with this condition. So,
exactly. And of course it must be working, because you keep getting patients coming to you, right? So obviously it's working.
Yes.
So I wonder why the Alberta government or Canadian government doesn't take that as like doesn't pay for that. Or is it, what is the reason? Do you know the reason behind that? Why they don't cover it? Do they think it's...
they actually, in Alberta, it is not very famous kind of medication. It's not common. People are not using it much. So it's not that much in a need, maybe. That's why. Another thing is there are very less homeopaths. There are not enough homeopaths. If you go to Ontario, there are much of homeopaths are there. But here there are very less homeopaths.
Very less.
BC also have many of them. But basically Edmonton also doesn't have much. There are very few.
Really? So it's not very common. Okay, interesting. You might have already answered this, but what is the big difference between regular medicine and homeopathic medicine treatment? Is there a major difference there?
Yeah, definitely. It is a major difference, because, modern medicine, definitely I say that allopathic medicines are lifesavers. They are lifesavers. But there are certain conditions for which they also don't have medications. Right? And sometimes they do give you medicine to control your sugar levels, control your blood pressure levels, everything, control your thyroid. Hypothyroidism is a major thing. But if you notice that the dosing of the medicine keeps on increasing every time. If you are taking for the diabetic some medicine, then yes, after certain years or 2, 3, 4 years, you need more dosing of that same medication. So if you put alternative medicines with them, like homeopathy or something, you can definitely help there with the patient. With that condition also. And with the hypothyroid also, I had seen that many female comes to me who are taking Synthroid and still they are gaining weight. Still they are losing their hair, still their skin getting dry, too much excessive dryness is there. So with the Synthroid, when I start something like homeopathic medicine, something which helps them, then you see the improvement at that the dryness increases, hair fall decreases, their weight starts getting what normal is, not the losing of the weight, but what they want.
Normal weight.
Yes, normal weight. So I had seen that kind of changes in the females, and
so there is a difference then, you'd say, though, with the natural medicine and the regular.
Because in a back home, if you go to India, you see that there are the 3 types of medicine. Ayurveda is there,
right?
Homeopathy is there, and allopathy is definitely there.
Right.
Their patient themselves has a choice that what they want to start with.
Right.
Okay, because they have to pay for all of them.
Okay, from their pocket, yeah.
Yes, so they know what they want to start, and they decide on their own. So that's why it is too much in a use in India. If you go, homeopathy is very vastly used there. People trust homeopathy a lot, and still there are many people who are from India who know this is what is homeopathy. They definitely come to me directly.
Okay, yeah, well, makes sense, right? If they've seen it work back home, obviously they're gonna continue with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is homeopathic treatment the same as herbal medicine?
Similarly, yes, definitely they are very similar to each other, because the product, like they make a medicine from the same plant,
Okay.
The plants and minerals are going to stay same. They are not going to change. Okay, so the herbal medicines are also made out of that. Homeopathy is also made out of that.
Okay.
But difference is that the amount of medicine or herbal basic plant or medicine is very less in homeopathy.
Okay.
As in herbals.
Okay,
it is in a very minute form. They are you cannot actually sometimes detect the amount of medicine inside.
So is that why it takes longer to treat it then?
Yes,
or because it's such a small amount?
Small amount, yes.
Okay.
And that's why it is safe, because it doesn't produce any side effects.
So what is the reason? Is that part of homeopathy? Is just does it have to be small amounts? Like if you if you increase the dose, the dosage in that, would it make things move along faster?
Yes,
or?
yes, definitely. Because people say that there are no medications when we go into the homeopathy and we look for the homeopathic potency like 30 CH or 200 CH. You don't find any medicinal particles inside that thing, right?
Right.
But these are the 30 CH potency or higher potency. If you go lower potency like 3x or 6x, you definitely see the medicinal part inside.
Right.
But it is only safe when the homeopath prescribes you that dosing. Because you cannot take certain thing on your own, because they definitely make changes in your body later on.
Okay.
So if some homeopath has given you a prescription, then yes, definitely you can take that amount of dosing also.
Okay.
So because there are mother tinctures also in homeopathy, which are the crude form of medications, and you can definitely see the medicine, and if you take that in a higher amount, you're definitely going to get side effects.
Right, yeah, makes sense. It does make sense. So what are the most common medical issues that women come to you for?
Okay, nowadays my major patients are females. I get many females as a patient, because maybe they feel comfortable to talk to me or anything. I get many troubles. First is a migraine.
Okay.
That comes females, lot of females with a migraine. Lot of females with the menstrual problems. That they have amenorrhea, they don't have menses, they don't have regular menses, they have dysmenorrhea, that is too much pain or discomfort while having a menses.
So sorry, so when you say menses, do you mean period?
Yes.
Just for the viewers that don't know.
That's a period.
Okay.
So painful periods, irregular periods, menorrhagia, that means a lot of bleeding during the periods. So female comes all female comes with this complaint to me. Because in allopathy you don't find many medications which controls this kind of conditions a lot. So I do get that females. I do get fibroid, uterine fibroid patients a lot also. Because they also have a very much excessive bleeding and pain and everything is there. So definitely I had seen change in that thing, that you at least the discomfort that you are having because of the pain and excessive bleeding, that gets reduced.
It does get reduced.
Yes.
By this homeopathic medicine.
Yes.
So say for the periods and that, if they are heavy in that, so what span would you say average does it take a woman to, I guess, to not have such excessive periods and that?
It starts in second or third month on.
So it does. So
if you take a one whole month medicine, then next period would be better.
Okay. So it's that fast.
Yeah, wow. It does help.
That's great. That's great.
Sometimes, because certain times there are very big fibroids are there or kind of a thing, then people come to me for the fibroid medicines and they ask, but I like fibroids, I cannot reduce in the size or anything, but the discomfort that you are having because of that fibroid, I can definitely control that thing. The bleeding is definitely get controlled, the pain definitely get controlled. I get many teenagers with this condition also. Too much pain during the period or before the periods. Sometimes they feel giddiness, nausea, vomiting during the periods. So there's premenstrual symptoms, these are called. And definitely you see improvement in that thing also. The white discharge problem in the young females or the any females during the on and off yeast infections, that is also get controlled.
So when you say get controlled, so you take this medicine for it, do you have to continue taking the medicine, or does it eventually
for certain period of a time, because look, yeast infection or anything you get on and off, it's because of your lifestyle. There is something somewhere which is not right you are doing, and that's why you are getting into this trouble on and off, on and off. So definitely if your tendency is there to the yeast infection, then homeopathy medicine will help you to control that thing. But the lifestyle change you definitely have to make, like cleanliness is the main idea first of a thing. Not wearing too many tight undergarments, because you need to give air circulation over that shoe, because otherwise it can increase the infection in that area.
So you give them tips and advice too then?
Yes, definitely. And I tell them to look into also. That when you get what is the problem, when you are getting it more, because some females just get before the periods also, after the periods also. So these are the things that I tell them to look their body, that how you feel like, what is making it.
And I think that's important too, to educate themselves too, to know why they're feeling this way, because if they just take your advice, which is good too, and then your medicine, but I think it's better if they understand where all this is coming from, so they can relate to why this is happening. So does menopause actually play a part in the same kind of thing?
Menopausal females comes to me a lot. Many menopausal females are with me right now also taking the treatments. Some females are with a lot of bleeding, like excessive menorrhagia, a lot of bleeding they have, and
while in menopause,
in premenopausal state, you can say that in that also. And after menopause, hot flushes, excessive dryness in vagina, whitish, sometimes itching in vagina. Some females during the premenopausal period also explain, and I see them having a little bit of mild anxieties, depression.
This is caused by menopause?
Yes, because of the hormonal imbalance you get, and also the mood swings. I have seen that too much. Mood swings, like some female becomes very, very emotional. They cry on a little things. They start crying. Some female gets very aggressive. They start becoming very irritated at the small things. So they themselves know that this is not right, but they don't know how to control that thing. So that is a thing. And in a past days, this was not in too much of a talk. Nobody has given a thought about these things. And that's why females also didn't know that, this is, I am doing this because my hormones are not balanced. You don't have to blame yourself for that, why I am becoming like that, or why I'm crying so much.
It's so nice with the education now, we know that it's not our fault, This is a hormonal imbalance, if you want to call it, within us.
This is a hormonal thing. And it is very common with every female. And it's not only you or her or that. No, everybody goes through that thing. Somebody some people have too much of this problem. Some people can balance that out very nicely. So when there is excessive, then you can go for the help. That's the thing.
So with I guess the periods and the menopause, with the hormonal part of it, is it kind of the same with the mood swings and the emotions and it kind of ties into the same, doesn't it?
Yes, they go same. So menopausal females also, and I have, if you know, the teenagers also go through that. When they are balancing out their hormones. When they start menstruating. Or when they start their periods. You see the teenagers has a very, very, very bad mood swing sometimes. I have seen many, many girls whose parents come to me that my daughter is unhappy. She doesn't like to talk to us. She likes to stay in a room, or they don't want to talk to me. They are always irritated and everything. And I had given a treatment for this too, and I had seen, parents has seen improvement, and they told me that, okay, yeah, they are becoming happier, and so certain medicines are there which helps to balance the hormones.
The hormones.
Yes.
So once again, I know I asked you this question before too. So when you do give them the medicine to balance the hormones and that, now is this something that they have to take for a few years to keep it balanced, or is eventually you just it enables you to balance yourself eventually, your hormones and that, like for menopause, for example?
For menopause, yes. No, you take through 3 or 4 months of medications, and I see the improvement after that.
Oh, after 3 or 4 months?
Yes, yes.
Nice.
And if you, for the like anxiety and mood swings and everything, it usually 3-4 months, 6 months maximum you have to take, and then you can balance it out. But sometimes emotional outburst occurs. That are normal. You once in a while you can get that, and that's normal thing. So that doesn't matter. But if in a menopause, if too much bleeding is there or too menstruation is there, for that you have to keep on taking medicine on and off, on and off, on and off. So sometimes the for the bleeding or menorrhagia, you have to go on and off with the medications. You can take medicine for 3 months, 3-4 months you're good. Maybe 5th month you might get periods. Some females get better also without much of a treatment, and their hormones just get balanced out. Sometimes it is just the food that you take, imbalances that and everything. So when you clear that out, nowadays I get many females, young females who are between 20 to 30 years of age with the amenorrhea problem, that they are not getting their periods for 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. And I had seen the improvement with homeopathy in that too, with the acne and weight gain because of that, because of the amenorrhea. So yeah, I had seen improvement in that too. So it is.
Okay, so when they're missing their periods in that, so with the medicine that you give them, they'll take, you say, roughly takes about 4 or 5 months before it's kind of cured, or they feel better?
Yes, it depends, because you know, I get many females. Some of them are there who didn't have their periods for 6 months. Some of them who didn't have their periods for 2 years, and some of them with taking contraceptive pills for 6 years to get the periods. And every patient is different, so they react differently to the medications. And some females, if it's just the 3 months of amenorrhea, I get result in 1 or 2 months, and after that I stop the medication and I let their hormonal system to work better way. And if it's a very chronic, it does take 6 months or something like that.
Well, even 6 months, I mean, to have something, you know, get fixed even for 6 months, even a year, so it fixes you completely with using natural medicine. Why not?
I mean, that's, and lifestyle change is another thing, because this condition, the amenorrhea, or you can say polycystic ovarian syndrome, is because of the lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle disease. Like hypothyroidism is also a lifestyle disease. So definitely when you improve your lifestyle and you take the medication, you start getting results, and then you have to continue with that lifestyle improved one.
Exactly.
That's right.
So Dr. Payal, do you have any message that you'd like to give to our viewers today as to how to take care of themselves, more about the natural medicine that you give and homeopathy?
Yeah, definitely. Main idea for the lifestyle conditions that I'm seeing nowadays are because of the sugar a lot, and from sugar, excessive sugar, like Coke, cold drinks, donuts, cappuccinos, kind of. I had seen most of the females with that. So try to control your sugar levels, definitely, and that will help you with your lifestyle, definitely, in the menstruation and to balance out your hormones. Also, I had seen that in the yeast infection also, if you control your sugar, because yeast thrives on the sugar. So if you stop using a sugar during the yeast infection, it helps you to get better faster.
Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Well, Dr. Payal, thank you so much. It's a wealth of information. Thank you so much for sharing with our viewers everything, your knowledge. We know more about homeopathy and how it works now. So once again, thanks for coming to our show.
You're welcome. And I'm very glad to have this conversation with you.
Thank you. And to our viewers, thank you so much for all your love and support. If you'd like to be on the Haniwalia shows, please inbox us or message us for more Haniwalia shows. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook. Thank you. Until next time, take care.